Have an action-packed day of playoff basketball for you here. My name is Alec Whipple, and I'm with my commentating partner, Sebastian Gonzalez-Johnson, and we are live from JumboCast bringing you the Tufts University men's playoff game versus the Hamilton Continentals on Saturday afternoon. This is the quarterfinals of the NESCAC conference tournament, and we are excited to be here. I know I'm excited. How about you, Sebastian?
I'm definitely excited to be here. It's great that Tufts is able to host this game as the 1 seed and expecting big things.
And we're going to take a short break here as we honor our country with the national anthem. The national anthem has been played, and we're ready for some basketball. As we get the starting lineups, let's just give you a brief overview of what each team has done. Tufts has clinched the #1 seed in the conference tournament. They'll be hosting, if they win today, they'll be hosting the rest of this conference tournament with a 19-5 record. Clinched it with a win against Williams last Friday, and then Amherst lost to Middlebury. So they're coming in strong. Hamilton, on the other hand, is the 8th seed in this tournament. They lost twice last weekend to Trinity and Amherst, and they have a 4-6 record in NESCAC play. They're happy to be in the tournament because not every team makes the NESCAC tournament, but it's going to be an uphill road for them as the #8 seed. So, Sebastian, what are you looking for from each team today? Let's start with Tufts. What are you looking for?
So the Bows, big game for the Bows today. We're looking for the Bows to continue to push the pace, continue to run that transition offense. Expect their three-point shooters to be hot today and shoot the ball at a high percentage. Expect Tariq Smith to do a lot as he's being announced now. And for the Continentals, they have to keep up with the Jumbos' pace. It looks like the Jumbos have the size advantage over the Continentals, so we'll see how they can manage that.
Yeah, and we've seen the Jumbos run other teams off the floor. We've seen the Jumbos beat other teams with depth. And Hamilton's going to have to rely on its main guys. It's going to have to rely on Peter Hoffman and Michael Grassi. Hamilton doesn't have as much depth as Tufts, but they certainly have the star power at the top. Hoffman's 17-point average per game is higher than anyone on Tufts. So if he's successful, then it's a good start for Hamilton. As you can see, the Tufts starting lineups being announced right now. Drew Madsen, the senior center, getting the start. And it's a big game for Tufts, partly because they've never gotten the first seed in the NESCAC tournament before, and they don't want to blow it by losing their opening game. If they win today, like we said, they'll be hosting the rest of this tournament from here on out. Jumbos have been excellent at home so far, only losing one game. So big, exciting day here. And, of course, we've got the women's game coming up after this. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got men's playoff basketball ready to go.
And like you mentioned, Coach Bob Shelton for the Jumbos has been coaching here for over 20 years, and this is his first NESCAC first seed. So we'll see if the Bows can stay on a roll this season and go on a long run in the NCAAs like they did last season.
Tufts missing big man Tom Pileski, but they've come around remarkably without him, winning some close games at Trinity, winning against Wesleyan. So they've shown they have the depth to stay with other teams. Hamilton has the scoring power, so Hamilton, first NESCAC tournament appearance since 2014 and only third ever. So as the ball gets tipped, we're ready to go here in Cousins Gymnasium.
And we're off.
Hamilton's going to get the start with the ball, passing around.
Like you mentioned, Hamilton's going to have to rely on Michael Grassi and Peter Hoffman. They're both guys that can play the guard and the forward position, big bodies, Hoffman at 6'5", Grassi at 6'3". Let's see what they can do in this game today.
Hamilton dribbling around. Misses that shot. Vinny Pace is going to drive it up the floor for Tufts. Getting back.
That's a good first possession for Hamilton. I think Hamilton needs to keep up that aggressiveness throughout this entire game if they want to give Tufts a run for their money.
Pace passes to Ben Engvall in the corner. Tariq Smith at the top. Smith drives in, goes up with it. There's two for Tariq Smith.
And Tariq Smith is so shifty. He's been doing this all 4 years. And as you can see there with the crossover, the nice crossover.
Hamilton passing around at the top. Number 11, Jack Dwyer passes off. Number 30, that aforementioned Peter Hoffman, we can see there. There's a three in the corner. No good there from Tim Doyle. And Tufts is driving it back. There's Vinny Pace at the top. Dayton to Smith. Smith guarded by Jack Dwyer. There's a three. No good there. Dwyer gets the rebound. He's going to push it back up the floor. Hamilton looking for their first points of the game.
Expect Vinny Pace to continue to take those shots. He's very comfortable beyond the perimeter, and he'll definitely be taking some shots like that throughout today's game. Pretty interesting to see. We see Tariq Smith wearing number 20 today. Usually wears number 12.
You are right. Wonder what the reasoning for that is. He's listed in the program as number 12, so maybe some hidden story there. Hamilton draws the foul. It's going to pass it back in. Dwyer looking for an open man. It's Hoffman corralling it at the top. Kenneth Gilmore, number 24, also in the starting lineup. Kyle Pittman, the guard, number 21. Dwyer passes off to Gilmore. Gilmore goes up with it. No good there. Matson corrals the rebound, and Dayton drives it back up the floor. Tufts will bring it back.
That one didn't fall for Hamilton either, but again, they're being aggressive. They're spreading the floor, getting a lot of passes in. That's what they need to do.
Dayton looks for an open man. Engvall saves it. Pace driving in. Pace up with it. There's a layup, Vinny Pace.
And that's a nice play by Pace. Pump faking the defender, making them think he's going to take the outlet pass, and he goes up strong.
Pace, the leading scorer on this Tufts team with 13.1 points. Had a nice all-around game against Williams. 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists as Hamilton misses their shot there. Smith driving in out to Engvall. Engvall from deep. No good there. Peter Hoffman gets the rebound.
Tufts is getting off to a little bit of a slow start shooting today. We'll see if that'll pick up.
Three there is no good from Kyle Pittman. Tufts and Hamilton trading misses from deep there. Smith at the top. Smith passes into Madsen. Madsen is fouled. So
Tufts doing a great job of taking advantage of that size, the lack of size on Hamilton, as we see them try to get the ball in the post to Drew Madsen.
Some subs for Hamilton, Joe Pusey and the aforementioned Michael Grassi coming in. Hamilton shaking things up early here, along with Andrew Grohl, sophomore forward. So Dayton will dribble at the top. Engvall takes it, passes off to Smith. Smith driving in, goes up, and he's fouled. He'll take shots.
Beautiful play there by Smith, seeing the advantage, having a big guy guarding him. Just too quick. Gets to the hole.
Smith's done a great job of running this offense this year. He is the second leading scorer on Tufts with 12.8, and he's also the assist leader, about 3.5 a game. The final games of his Tufts career in the next few weeks for the senior guard. Madsen, the starting center, and Tom Pileski on the bench right now, also the other seniors and the tri-captains.
You mentioned it. These seniors are very pivotal to this team's success. They do a great job of leading by example, working hard, and Tufts Jumbos are definitely going to miss them, as we see Tariq Smith hustling for a ball there.
Smith missed both his shots, but tried to recover the rebound there. Got tangled up, and I believe that's going to be Hamilton's ball. Couldn't quite see what happened. Looked like somebody might have went out of bounds, so Grassi will pass it in. Hamilton will get the ball. Dwyer looking to control his offense. Hamilton passing around at the top.
Doing a great job of spreading the floor so far in this half.
Dwyer at the top. Dwyer in, but there's a steal by Engvall. Engvall's going to run it back, slows it down. There's Dayton in the corner. Passes off to Pace. Pace to Smith. Smith looking around.
And again, Tufts with this transition offense, keeping Hamilton off balance. Hamilton did a good job of slowing them down that drive.
Deep three from Pace, no good, but Tufts will get the rebound. So some subpar shooting so far from Tufts, only 4 points, but they've held Hamilton scoreless. And no good there on the layup attempt. And the Continentals are going to have another chance.
Senior number 32, Drew Madsen, getting that rebound and giving the Jumbos another possession. Drew Madsen's a very good player. He does a lot of the little things that you expect out of a leader on your team, and he's expecting to have a big game today.
And with the absence of Pileski, him and freshman center Patrick Racy have really been, as we get a travel call, you can see also Patrick Racy coming in right now. They've really been pivotal in securing the low post. Pileski's such a transformative player, but Madsen and Racy have created a little platoon for themselves, and they've done an adequate job so far, and we'll see if they can continue that success in the near future.
Speaking of Pat Racy, he just came off an ankle injury not too long ago. Glad to see him back and healthy in today's game. And speaking of number 33, Eric Savage, he averages 8 points a game.
Nice layup for Racy there.
And he's second on the team in steals with 23 steals this season.
Savage definitely been an impact freshman. We've seen him have his moments. He's been a leading scorer in a few of the games so far. So him and Racy are the stars of the freshman class so far, looking to contribute well into the future for this Jumbos team.
And the future's looking bright for sure. They got a lot of young talent, a lot of guys on the bench. Miles Bowser, Kanea Digwe, big guys who are going to be playmakers once their number is called.
That's going to be a travel there on Hamilton, and KJ Garrett also just subbed into this game. Will pass the ball into Tariq Smith. Still 4-0 here. We're about 5 minutes into the game. Low scoring so far. Smith goes up. He's fouled, and he'll get back to the line.
And let's see how much Tariq Smith is going to continue to push the pressure and the tempo here. Keeps getting to the line.
Smith missed both his first shots at the line. Looking to make some free throws here. And, as we mentioned, KJ Garrett came in. Garrett's really been another player who's just changed the dynamic of this game. Arguably one of the most athletic players on this Jumbos team. We've seen him have a few highlight dunks and some great games where he's just taken over as well.
Definitely so. This kid is explosive, KJ Garrett. Transferred from Washington, and he brings a lot of high intensity and energy to this Jumbos team. Blends in very well with the culture of this team, and he's another pivotal piece to this team's success this season.
So Peter Hoffman at the top. There's Grassy. Grassy passes back to Gilmore. Gilmore up. That's a foul and one. Nice job there.
KJ Garrett a little disappointed by that one, keeping his hands up.
Michael Grassy really an X factor for Hamilton tonight. We mentioned Peter Hoffman, 17 points a game, top scorer on the floor. But if they get that second scoring option in Grassy, they definitely have enough to contend with the Jumbo's multiple high scorers. So we'll be watching to see how Grassy does if he can support his teammates. And right now, a 6-2 game, relatively close so far. Hamilton needs to pick up their offense. Oh, it's Tariq Smith. Takes a little stumble there, but he controls the ball still.
So quick, he almost broke his own ankles there.
Savage goes up with it, drives in between the defenders. He'll get a layup, his first points of the game.
Awesome to see Savage being aggressive, looking to score in this ball game.
There's Hoffman driving in, bodies his way in, and he gets a quick layup there. Tufts running it. Tariq Smith driving in, trying to get a quick layup of his own. It's a block there. Might have addressed some ire from Bob Sheldon.
It's a questionable goaltend call there, but they let it continue.
Grassy misses a three. Both teams running it right now, back and forth. Smith into Savage, can't control it, but he tips it back out, and Pace is going to go in. Can't control that pass either, so a little sloppy passing from the Jumbos. Dwyer will bring it back for Hamilton.
It's very interesting to see the difference in pace of this game. Tufts Jumbos keep trying to apply the pressure and run that transition offense, whereas Hamilton is taking time to set up plays and get their offense going. We'll see how the strategies will work out today.
There's a three from Hoffman, no good. Both teams playing pretty good defense so far, low-scoring game here. Deep three from Pace. That's going to be good from Vinny Pace. His bench is fired up.
Vinny Pace and the bench fired up.
We're going to get our first timeout as Tufts takes an 11-4 lead. And so far, as we said, Tufts transition offense versus Hamilton set offense. Tufts has seemed to be winning that battle so far. And as you can see, we have a little player comparison here. Two guards, Peter Hoffman and Tariq Smith, as we mentioned. Both the top player, Peter Hoffman, top scorer for his team. Tariq Smith, one of the top scorers for his team. So two impactful players already in the center of the action. We'll see how their nights unfold and afternoons unfold and how that impacts the Jumbos and the Continentals. So Tufts already back on the floor. They're ready to go. Hamilton's back. And
that three by Vinny Pace, looking to get the Tufts offense going and rolling in the right direction here. Expect a lot more from their sharpshooters.
As Hamilton passes in, Hoffman to Dwyer. Hamilton looking to get their offense going. There's Peter Hoffman, passes off to Kenya Gilmore. Hamilton passing around the top of the key. Gilmore back to Dwyer. Pass into Gilmore. That's going to be another travel call, another turnover for Hamilton. We're going to get some subs here. Thomas Lapham coming in for Tariq Smith, junior backup point guard.
Hamilton needs to do a lot better job of controlling those turnovers. I believe that's their fourth turnover so far this game. And speaking of junior guard Thomas Lapham from California, this guy's a spark plug for this team. His freshman year saw a lot of minutes. Went down with a hip injury his sophomore year and has been battling back into the lineup ever since. He takes his minutes and he definitely produces.
Ethan Feldman, the sophomore sharpshooting guard, also in. Get a shot there from Savage. Hoffman corrals the rebound. And Tufts going with a little bit of a smaller lineup here. We've seen them do this recently. Engvall playing the 5. KJ Garrett's also played the 5 sometimes as well. But in the absence of Pileski and Hamilton doesn't really have a transformative big man, say, as the level of Trinity or Wesleyan. So Tufts can get away with this, and we'll see if they decide to do this, if this works for them, or if they decide to go back to the typical center with Madsen or Racy starting. Shot clock went down there, but that's going to be a Hamilton make as time expires.
That was a very nice play by number 0, Tim Doyle, for Hamilton as the shot clock expired.
The Tufts passing on the top of the key. 3 from Savage. That's good from Eric Savage. And we've seen Savage go on some hot streaks, so this could be the beginning of one. When he's on, he's definitely on.
And try to keep an eye out for the Tufts Jumbos bench. Every time a 3 is hit, the guys tend to have a little fun. Tom Pileski over there in the suit, out with the knee injury, having a lot of fun today, supporting his team.
Inside pass there's going to be recovered by Tufts. A scramble for it, but Tufts will hold on. There's Lapham to Feldman. Feldman loses it. That's going to be Tufts' ball, though, knocked away by Hamilton.
But again, Tufts pushing that transition offense, and seems to be working here.
So substitution for Hamilton. Andrew Grohl coming back in for Grassi. Grassi takes a breather. And number 20, Vincent Kahn coming in as well.
This small lineup for Tufts is highly productive. Tufts has a lot of guys that can play multiple positions. 11 out of 14 guys in their roster are listed as guards, so that just shows the versatility of this team. Coach Bob Sheldon does a great job of mixing in the small and bigger lineups with his 2 centers and these guys that can do it all.
There's Feldman going up. Feldman with the layup.
Very nice by Feldman there.
Usually his preferred shot is from behind the arc, but he can get in there as well. The only sophomore on this Tufts team, but an impact player off the bench for them. So Hamilton with the ball. This is Grohl looking to pass around. Hoffman spins, almost loses it, but he recovers. Deep three there from Doyle. No good. And Dayton's going to bring it back.
The Jumbos got away with that one. That was a breakdown of their defense right there, but a tough shot missed.
Feldman mid-range, he's good. Ethan Feldman.
And this guy, Ethan Feldman, has ice in his veins. Sophomore is not afraid of the moment at all, as we saw in the Tufts Jumbos NCAA run last season. Feldman does a great job of taking those shots and knocking them down.
So Hamilton looking for a turnaround in this momentum. Down by 12 now. There's Kahn going up with it. Nice layup there from Vincent Kahn.
That was a beautiful up and under by Vincent Kahn there.
Tufts passing around the top. There's Savage going to drive in, go up and under. No good for him there. Hamilton will bring it back. Kahn with the ball.
Eric Savage being very aggressive this game. Great to see it. He's going to be definitely an offensive weapon in his career here with the Jumbos.
It's Doyle at the top, guarded by Feldman. Goes under. Doyle's fouled. He'll take 2 shots. Tim Doyle, sophomore guard from Schenectady. Hamilton, a lot of New York players, some from Connecticut and Massachusetts, but quite a drive to get here today. But we're happy to have them here for some exciting basketball.
It's a very beautiful day today in Medford. It was about 40 degrees, which is pretty odd for a mid-February afternoon.
Yeah, it was great to walk outside and not be freezing to death, which has been the case. Got some major snowstorms here, but the weather looks to be improving as Doyle makes his shots.
That warm weather has definitely helped bring a solid crowd out to Cousins today to support the Jumbos, and the crowd's pretty fired up.
With the women's game after this, the crowd certainly will keep filtering in. Tufts women, number 3 in the country, will be taking on the Williams Fs in their quarterfinal NESCAC matchup. Pace takes a 3 there. That's good from Vinny Pace. Second 3 of the day.
Man, that kid can shoot. Vinny Pace, also known as the Italian Stallion around campus, making a few big threes.
There's a mid-range shot there from Kyle Pittman. So under 8 minutes here, Tufts up 21-11. Pass into Madsen there, no good. That's going to go back Hamilton's way.
Madsen looking for a foul there. Could have gone either way.
Kahn will bring it back.
Let's see what Hamilton's offense can do here. It seemed to be pretty slow pace. It can't really seem to get much going. A lot of turnovers to start this game.
Almost a steal there, but then Hoffman takes it, turns around, and goes up, and he's going to get an and one as well.
And I stand corrected.
So Hoffman will be taking shots.
Seeing Hamilton pulling their defense back while number 30 takes his free throws.
So you can see Peter Hoffman's season there, 17 points a game, one of the top marks in conference play, along with almost 6 rebounds. About a little over 50% free throw shooting. He makes that one.
Hamilton keeping their defense back to try to stop Tufts in that transition offense. As you see Tufts having to run some plays here, spread the ball.
So Lapham and Garrett back in the game. Garrett drives in. There's going to be a call there. So Tufts going to pass it back in. There's Patrick Gracie subbing in for Madsen. So, yeah, we've seen Tufts use Madsen, Gracie in a smaller lineup, trying to mix and match here. And a mishandled pass there from Thomas Lapham. Kahn almost loses it, but he takes control again. There's
Tufts defenders definitely have active hands. That's one of Coach Bob Sheldon's strategies is to
three there.
Push the tempo.
Kyle Pittman, Hamilton crowd likes it. Tariq Smith at the top now. Long pass to Pace. Pace in the corner. There's going to be a foul call there.
Foul called.
Off the ball. Tufts will pass it in. So both teams with 5 fouls so far. Not too much fouling trouble. As we can see, Jack Dwyer subbing back in for Khan. Here's Lapham. Lapham back to Pace. Pace is going to dribble at the top. Passes off to Smith. Tariq Smith guarded by Joe Pucci. Pace goes up with it. That's good from Vinny Pace.
Very nice play by Vinny Pace. Going up strong, taking the contact, and still being able to finish that play.
10 points already for Vinny Pace. Having himself a good day so far. So Hamilton's closed the gap a little bit. There's a shot from Pucci, no good. Pace runs with it. He's coming back down. Lapham to Garrett. Garrett wide open 3. No good there. Had a nice shot, just didn't get it to go. Hamilton's going to slow it. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We're under the 6-minute mark of the broadcast. It's 23-17 Tufts Jumbos in the opening round of the NESCAC playoffs. So what have we seen so far that you've liked from each team?
So definitely the Jumbos have done a great job of...
We can see a replay here.
Again, the Italian stallion just going up strong. But the Jumbos are doing a great job of... They're pushing the tempo, but also being patient. They're taking the right shots. As you saw in that replay, Vinny Pace looking for the outlet pass, sees the lane to the basket open, and he takes it.
We can see a Tufts season summary here. What have they done so far? They're 19-5 and tied with Middlebury for the top mark in NESCAC play. Got the tiebreaker by virtue of beating them. Number 13 team in the country. And as we said, number 1 seed in NESCAC tournament for the first time in program history. And finally, 5-3 since losing Tom Poleski. Tom Poleski, the big man, the heart of this team. When he went down, it was certainly a blow, but they have responded pretty well. They've lost some more games than they did before, but they've also had a couple of huge wins. They managed to hold on to that number 1 seed, and that's huge for this team that loves playing at home.
And the biggest stat for Hamilton in this game has to be points in the paint. They're doing a great job of getting the ball into the paint on Tufts' smaller lineup. Let's see if that's going to suffice, as, you know, Tufts loves to shoot that 3 ball.
We will see, as Hamilton and Jack Dwyer getting ready to get this started again. Grassi off to Hoffman. Hamilton at the top. There's Dwyer. Dwyer looking for someone, passes it off the leg of Dayton. Now he's going up with it. That's good as the time expires. Jack Dwyer looked in a bit of trouble there, but managed to convert 2-point a layup there. And Hamilton's within 4. That's going to be a foul there.
Tufts is doing a great job of getting the ball in their playmakers' hands. You see Vinny Pace, Everett Dayton, and Tariq Smith running the ball, running the tempo in the offense so far, and with 33 Savage on the floor, a lot of offensive weapons with this smaller lineup.
So Smith passing back in. Dayton smothered in the corner, but he gets out of it. There's Pace, pass back to Dayton. Dayton up with it. That's going to be good, Everett Dayton.
Beautiful layup there by Everett Dayton. Going up strong with the left hand.
Dayton, a junior guard who's really stepped up this year to play a key role in surviving the loss of Poleski. And it's part of this much acclaimed depth we've talked about all season for Tufts.
Dwyer doing a great job of handling the ball so far. Not many turnovers from him. Need that from their starting point guard.
Shot clock winding down, and Hamilton converts again. That must have been, I have to say, that's like their 3rd shot that they've converted just as times went down on the shot clock. So
and you see Hamilton's patience running a lot of clock, but taking some shots with not a lot of time left.
There's a three from Dayton. No good there. Tariq Smith fighting for the rebound. There's going to be a timeout call there as Hamilton looks to save the ball there. So we're going to be in another timeout.
Tariq Smith arguing a travel there.
Look close, but we will get our timeout. So Hamilton only down by 4, and yet they've had a couple of shots here that their patient offense, as you said, has worked out. And we can see Hamilton's season summary. They're 16-8, 4-6 in the NESCAC, snagging that last seed. Tied for 7th, but Bates won the tiebreaker, so they'll be playing Middlebury today. They lost to Tufts back in January, 94-81. And Peter Hoffman leading the offense, 17 points a game, one of the top NESCAC marks. And Hamilton could score. They put up points. As we said, Hoffman, Grassi contributing to that 85.3 points per game mark. So number 2 in NESCAC. But defense has not been as good, and that's why they are the 8th seed. But they're just happy to be here. I believe Bowdoin, Colby, and Conn College were the teams that did not get into the NESCAC tournament, so this isn't an everybody competes thing. Hamilton happy to get another playoff game. First time since 2014.
Hamilton, their offense hasn't been the prettiest looking today, as we can agree, but they're getting it done. As you said, only down 4 points. It really seems that Tufts has dominated this game in terms of tempo and just overall play, but Hamilton hanging in there.
The Dwyer's at the top. Hamilton running down the clock again, looking for their shot. There's a 3. That's going to be good. That's Mark Lutz, the freshman guard. And Hamilton now only down 1.
And that's a big shot by Lutz, the freshman, coming in the game and hitting a big shot.
There's another 3 there from Tufts. That's not going to be good. Hamilton with a chance to take the lead here as they dribble back. And yeah, as you said, it seems like Tufts is dominated, but Hamilton could potentially get a go-ahead shot here. Excellent job by them so far, running down clock and staying consistent with their offense.
And that's the one thing that the Jumbos really need to work on for this second half. They just can't let Hamilton hang around like this. Tufts got out to an early, about 7-8 point lead, and Hamilton has just clawed and fought their way back.
So there's going to be a foul there. Eric Savage looks like he's going to be taking a 1-and-1 free throw. And Ben Engvall subbed in for Patrick Gracie. Tufts going back to their smaller lineup. Worked well for them before. So, again, mixing and matching, trying to get something going here. Not doing a great job of scoring so far. Savage will be taking a 1-and-1.
Looks to be somebody bleeding, which means they have to stop play until that is taken care of, as we take a little break in play right now.
Seems like Peter Hoffman is the one with the potential injury, but he's coming back in, just a little bit of blood. So Savage taking his 1-and-1 shot. Savage with 5 points so far. First shot, no good. Savage, not the most consistent free throw shooter. That's going to be Hamilton's ball. As Tufts tries to reclaim possession, but a little scramble there, Hamilton will take it back. So Dwyer's going to dribble it back down. As we take this under the 3-minute mark. Tufts only up by 1 here. Dwyer looking around. There's a 3 from Grassi. That's going to be good. Hamilton Continentals with their sleep of the game here, 27-25. Tufts desperately trying to get something going.
And there goes Michael Grassi. Let's not let that guy get going today.
It was one of the keys. Keep Hamilton, the non-Peter Hoffman players, from scoring.
Tariq Smith again getting to the line, being aggressive, drawing the foul.
So Smith looking to tie this back up with 2 free throws. His first one's not good. Not having a great day from the line today is Tariq Smith.
Tariq Smith, as known as Rico to his teammates, shooting some free throws.
Gotta love the nicknames. His second one is good, so cuts the lead to 1 for Hamilton. Hamilton now dribbling back. They're in control for the first time in this game.
And those nicknames are just one of the ways that Tufts has been able to be such a collective group. They're a very close-knit team and spend a lot of time together off of the court and in the off-season, and their camaraderie shows when they play basketball.
Layup there, no good from Hoffman. There's going to be a foul called there, I believe. So another one-on-one opportunity for Tufts. Madsen subbing back in for Savage, so small lineup is over. Traditional center Drew Madsen heading back in, and Ben Engvall will be at the line taking a 1-and-1 free throw. Peter Hoffman gets subbed off the floor as well for Vincent Kahn. So here's Engvall. Engvall scoreless on the day.
Ben Engvall definitely needs to get going in this game. He's a fourth leading scorer on the team, averaging 9 points a game. He's in the top 5 in rebounds as well as three-pointers and steals. So definitely looking to get Ben Engvall going in the second half.
And seems to be something on the floor that they're trying to clean up here. We've got a woman coming out with some disinfectant wipes, so that's happening. And here we go. We got some trivia for you. So our trivia question, when was the last time Tufts men's basketball played in the NESCAC championship final? So this is their first year that they've ever been the 1 seed, but we're asking, when's the last time they played in the final game? So
it's a tough question here.
It's a tough question.
Definitely a tough question.
So if you're watching and you know the answer, tweet at us, and we'll be back later to update you with that. So something to think about. And yeah, it just reminds that realizing they have a real shot this year just reminds you how good this team is. But we're asking, was the last time before? So see if you know.
And here's Ben Engvall shooting.
Engvall, first shot, is not going to be good there. Again, Tufts cold from the free throw line today.
And Hamilton leading 27-26 in this game with about 2 minutes left in the first period.
There's Dwyer dribbling at the top. Dwyer back to Smith. Shot clock winding down again for Hamilton. There's a shot from Kahn. No good there. Dayton's going to corral that rebound.
Dayton's pushing that transition again.
Smith driving in. Goes up with it. No good. Rebound there from Madsen. Passes out to Pace. There's Pace from deep. No good there from Pace. So Hamilton, another stop, and they're going to walk this back up, as we've seen a few times here today. Dwyer dribbling.
It's interesting that they take the shot clock down to about 15 seconds before they start their plays every possession.
Seems like a team philosophy. There's Grassy, off balance, doesn't get it to go. Here's it from the Tufts crowd. Pace to Dayton. There's Tariq Smith. Smith drives in, goes up. No good. There's going to be a foul call there. That's going to be on Hamilton. Hamilton bench does not like that call.
Again, Tariq Smith just being ultra aggressive and working hard down there in the lane.
So Smith back at the line. That's going to be 2 shots for him. Hamilton in the double bonus now. So here's Smith. First shot is good. So he brings it back to a tie game.
Tariq Smith averaging 12.8 points per game this season. About a quarter of those points from the free throw line. He's a very high percentage free throw shooter.
Second shot's good, so Tariq Smith turning around his poor performance at the line tonight, picks up 2 there, and Tufts back to a 1-point lead. So Dwyer passes off to Marcolet. Pucci at the top.
Now I wonder if Hamilton has been taking so much time with their possessions just to, kind of keep the clock running and just hang in there as much as possible, not letting Tufts get going offensively. Tufts loves to operate in transition and play a fast-paced game, whereas Hamilton is doing the exact opposite, really slowing it down.
We've seen them run teams off the floor. Williams last Friday, Con College a few weekends ago. Hamilton, to their credit, definitely doing a great job staying in there. So we'll see Hamilton's Tim Doyle taking 2 shots.
Again, you see Hamilton pulling back their defense to not allow that transition offense to happen. Ethan Feldman, the sharpshooter's in.
Smith is going to get fouled as well.
Again, Smith to the line.
We see Engvall trying to tip that one in for fun. Doesn't get it to go. So Tariq Smith finds himself back at the line, looking to take the lead back. A little back and forth affair here between Tufts and Hamilton at the end of the first half.
And one concern for Hamilton at the end of this half is their foul trouble. We're going to have to see how they're going to make these adjustments in the second half with a lot of their starters with over 2 fouls apiece.
Grassy, one of the key starters, at 2 fouls. Hamilton having about 4 more fouls than Tufts here. Smith's second shot rims out. So here's Hamilton, all tied up at 29. About 30 seconds here in this first half. Hamilton looking to go into the break with momentum. Tufts looking to do the same. Dwyer at the top.
You know, it's kind of rare to see the Jumbos missing so many free throws. They're a very high percentage free throw shooting team.
There's a 3 there, no good. They're going to get a timeout at the end of this first half with 11 seconds left. Tufts looking to draw up a good final shot here and send their team to the locker room with some momentum.
It's pretty funny. When you think of most teams, you think of one guy that's going to take that last shot. But with this team, it's really up in arms. Any of these guys can make that clutch shot and make a big play when they need to.
So, yeah, we've seen Hamilton come back from a deficit here. We've seen Tufts have an inconsistent day on offense. And it's definitely noticeable. Usually, as you said, Tufts in transition, running the ball well, getting the shots they want. But Hamilton's ground this game to a halt. And it showed. I mean, we're tied up at 29, low-scoring game. And as we said, Hamilton, one of the top-scoring teams in the NESCAC, but they're playing a different type of game here today, and it's worked so well for them thus far.
Definitely a slow start for the Jumbos in this game. Scoring only 29 points in the first half. They average about 85 points per game. Offense has been struggling a little bit, but they're doing a great job of, again, getting to the line and continuing to push that offensive tempo.
So we'll get one more play here from Tufts. 11 seconds left on the scoreboard. Shot clock is off. So Smith lets the ball roll. He's dribbling in. Time winding down to Feldman. Feldman going in. Goes up with it. No good. Pace with the off-balance shot.
Nice.
That's good, Vinny Pace.
What a shot to end the half by Pace as he just sprints off the court.
Tufts loves it. They're going into the locker room. Excellent recovery there. Off-balance shot is going to give Tufts a 2-point lead in this first half. So well done with halftime. I'm sorry, we're all with the first half. You can see the excellent replay here. Pace momentum carrying him away from the basket and gets it to go in.
And again, the Italian stallion just creating space and making tough plays for the Jumbos.
So we're all done with the first half here. 31-29, Tufts over Hamilton. A hard-fought battle. So you can see the players headed off the court for halftime. We're going to take a break here, but when we get back, we'll give you some coverage of the first half. And please come back. It's going to be an exciting second half of basketball. Don't miss it.
We're going to have a halftime right now. We should be back in about 10 minutes to get this broadcast going. Stick around for the second half of this exciting game. A very low-scoring game indeed, but we'll see what both teams are going to come out with in this second half. Stay tuned.
What is this?
So here at Tufts, today is Fan the Fire Day at Tufts, which is a big...
You guys can take a break, but we are going to have a halftime show, which is what I was trying to say.
Oh,
Just
okay.
stick around for the halftime.
Okay.
So looks like we're having a halftime show right now. As I said before, it's a Fan the Fire Day at Tufts where all the fans get to participate in some games. Looks like we're going to play a big game of knockout today. And we will definitely see how this is going to go, this knockout game. Love to see a lot of participation from the Tufts Jumbo student body. And it's a half court shot.
Oh wow, the granny style, underarm style worked pretty well.
That was really cool.
Yeah. Oh, this one looks nope, not good.
Who's going to be the first to put it in? What are you thinking?
I don't really know. I was hoping that we would see President Tony Monaco maybe lining up to take a shot. Wow, well, that person went quarterback style, one arm there. This person shooting from the shoulders. I'm not so sure about that strategy. Oh, he nails it.
And that's one.
And a little LeBron celebration. Wow.
And they're having fun. They're
What a
having
shot.
fun over here. Little LeBron.
Someone tried it with a follow-up shot, but wow, that was really quick. And we see fellow JumboCast member Matt Shenton. I'm not sure.
Shenton down there.
Didn't even get a shot.
Didn't even get a chance.
Wow, well, that was electric, and I'm Owen Finnegan checking out here at JumboCast.
And they're still going. All right, folks. Well, that was our Fan the Fire fan participation event. Again, stay tuned for this exciting second half of basketball as we are here at Cousins Gym supporting the Tufts Jumbos, #1 seed in the NESCAC, as they play the #8 seed in the NESCAC, Hamilton. Very low-scoring ball game, 31-29, Tufts leading at the end of the half. We'll see what both teams are going to do offensively.
Good afternoon and welcome to the JumboCast halftime show. My name is Bernie Birnbaum. I'm alongside Owen Finnegan, and we're here during the break to talk a little bit about the game, to answer some of your tweets. One thing we're very excited about for this afternoon's broadcast is all season we've been struggling to get our Twitter machine working. It's up and running, guys, so send us your tweets. Now, Owen, you've been operating the floor camera for us, so I'm sure you've got a unique perspective on this game. There was a little bit of blood on the floor, some sweat as per usual. What have you seen from down there?
There was, and non-metaphorically, too. There actually was blood and sweat. And something you notice when you're down right in there, and something that we've talked about before the game, was Tufts' ability to drive without Tom Pileski. Because with Pileski on the floor, he basically eliminates a defender, and it makes it extremely easy to drive to the hoop.
Sure.
And without him, they have been struggling. Today they've been doing an okay job, and they have been getting foul calls. Problem has been, obviously, the foul shots. A little cold from the line, especially Ty Smith, who's usually pretty good. So that's something, as we just saw our friend Sebastian take a tumble down there. That's usually something that Tufts has been doing, that Tufts is very strong in. Maybe something they've struggled a little bit in this game so far.
And it's a 2-point game. I don't think many of us were expecting a particularly close one, but here we have it. As Sebastian, our dedicated color commentator, is putting on a little bit of a show for us down on the court. What in your opinion do you think can each of these teams do to stay in this game and to pull out a victory?
Right. My answer for Hamilton would be, a lot of the times I see the shot clock has only been 10 seconds in, and they just throw up a three-pointer.
Sure.
Not the best strategy, and it hasn't killed them so far this game, but it's just something I've noticed in a handful of possessions that's not the strategy that they want to employ in this game.
Well, on the other hand, they've had a handful of possessions where they'll hold the ball for about 15 seconds before getting anything going at all.
That's true, and it's shot clock management that they I wouldn't really say been struggling with, but it's just something that they need to keep an eye on.
That's a 2-point game.
Yeah, exactly.
And what about for Tufts?
And then for Tufts, again, it's just tighten up the little things. It's
Sebastian's just tripping, making blunders everywhere. We welcome him onto the shot there.
Again, tightening up the little things. I mentioned the free throws already. I'd like to see maybe a couple three-pointers. I know Ben Enval, get him involved. He hasn't made a huge impact so far this game. Savage, get him hot, because once you get him hot, it's really hard to get him to stop. So maybe feed him the ball, have him take a couple three-pointers early in the second half.
Sure. Now we'd like to take a look. Have there been any tweets? It seems there haven't been any tweets. Well, that's understandable. We're just a couple of camera operators when it comes to this broadcast, but keep sending in your tweets, and the commentators will take a look at them during timeouts and things like that as well. Nice little Twitter graphic we have here. Now we've basically got about 3.5 minutes left to the second half. 2-point game. Jumbo's lead, 31-29. A very low-scoring game so far. And do you have any final comments before we get set for the second half?
I don't think so. I think just keep an eye on that floor cam. I'll be operating it throughout the second half. And if you guys have any compliments, you can text me. You can send me an email.
What's your number? Can we put that up?
Maybe not. Maybe not broadcast my number to the national audience.
If you want Owen's number, just tweet at Tufts JumboCast, and we'll arrange the connection there. But anyway, that'll about do it for the Tufts JumboCast halftime show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with the second half in about 3 minutes.
What's Hamilton's mascot?
And we're back here at Cousins Gymnasium. It is the second half of an exciting playoff basketball game here between the Tufts Jumbos and the Hamilton Continentals, as you can see your broadcast team on the screen. Again, I'm Alec Whipple, Sebastian Gonzalez-Johnson here. As Tufts and Hamilton getting ready to start the second half of basketball, it was a close game at the beginning. So each team really had its moments. Tufts jumped out to a lead. Hamilton battled back, and the result is a 2-point Tufts lead here, 31-29. So as we get started, what are you looking for in the second half here, Sebastian?
Well, to start off, Hamilton's feeling really good coming out of the halftime. From both teams, from Hamilton, they need to just continue to slow Tufts down, slow the offensive tempo, slow that tempo down. They're not letting Tufts do a good job of getting their usual transition points, as we can see. Such a low-scoring game. And from Tufts, keep doing what they're doing. They need to continue to get to the line. You saw Tariq Smith get to the line about 5 or 6 times in that first half. But they need to continue to push the tempo, and I think it just comes down to them shooting better in the second half.
So we'll see how each team responds here. We get started. Vinny Pace with a second half opening basket. He's going to get an and one. Pace, the high scorer on the night. He's got 14 so far.
The Italian Stallion with another big play for the Jumbos.
You can see Vinny Pace's season averages, leading scorer on Tufts with 13 points, and leading active rebounder in Pileski's, with Pileski's injury, about 6 rebounds a game. So key player, as he went down with the ACL injury last postseason. Tufts hoping to have him around for a while this postseason.
That was a big offensive rebound by Drew Madsen that we just saw, giving Tufts another possession here.
So Smith will dribble at the top as Pace misses in one, and Madsen coming up big with the rebound. Smith passes off to Engvall. Engvall into Pace, but that's tipped. It's going to be Tufts' ball, but Hamilton breaking up a possession there.
And that's a good play Tufts ran right there. Getting the ball into the lane, just tipped by Hamilton defenders.
Tufts will have 5 seconds on the shot clock, so they got to make something go fast. There's deep three from Dayton. No good there. Jack Dwyer corrals that one in the corner. He'll be bringing the ball back. Dwyer to Kana Gilmore. Hamilton passing around the top. There's Peter Hoffman. Again, Hamilton using the end of the clock to run their plays. There's Dwyer dribbling in, goes up, he's fouled, so misses his shot, but he'll get to the line.
Nice play there by Dwyer. Using his smaller body to just create his own space off of the defender and get to the lane.
Dwyer, the leading assist man on this Hamilton team, about 5.5, with also the second most steals on the team. So key impact player. Dwyer taking his second shot. That's good there. Hamilton back to a 2-point deficit. So you can see Tariq Smith and Dwyer at the top.
Let's see if Tufts is going to really start getting into the lane and using their big men.
There's Engvall. Engvall shut down on that 3-point attempt. So Hamilton will get the ball back. Nice play there by them. There's Peter Hoffman. Doyle driving in.
Oh,
Doyle's fouled.
and that's a questionable call there. It looked like Drew Madsen went straight up on the play. As you can see, he's a little frustrated talking to the ref right now.
Doyle at the line. Hamilton bringing their players in. Give them a little talk. Coach Adam Stockwell of Hamilton.
And again, Hamilton doesn't even play the rebound possibility off a free throw. They just pull their defense back to slow down that transition offense.
So 33-32 here. Smith driving in. Shut down there by Peter Hoffman. It's going to be Tufts' ball, but nice play there to stifle Tariq Smith at under the hoop.
Smith looking for a foul on that play, as again he gets to the lane. As you can see behind Smith, we have our Tufts University cheerleaders here today supporting the Jumbos, and love to see them.
cheerleading coming back this year after I don't exactly know their past history, but they weren't around before, but awesome to see any kind of support. So you can see behind them, the crowd definitely is filled up in the time of this game. They're just waiting to get rowdy here.
So Tufts used to actually have a cheerleading team, and that team was discontinued. Now the Tufts cheerleading program is actually a club.
Nice recovery there from Engvall. He'll put it up for 2.
It's now a club where anybody can join, anybody can participate, and it's great to have more support for our athletic programs here at Tufts.
Today also a Fan the Fire event, which is a kind of a spirit program run by the athletics department, getting people excited. Fan the Fire shirts being sold, concessions, and the crowd here loves it as well. There's a deep 3.
That was almost a broken play, blocked from behind from Tariq Smith, but that extra pass and frees up that guy for the 3.
There's Vinny Pace. It's going to be a call there. Tufts get it back under. And KJ Garrett looking to sub in here for Madsen. Again, Tufts going back to that smaller lineup without Racy or Madsen. We'll see how it suits them. Smith passing in from under the hoop. Pace in the corner. Garrett driving in. Garrett up.
That's
a good
play. KJ Garrett with a left-handed finger roll. It's effortless. Just looks effortless.
Garrett's got his first 2 points of this game.
And he's definitely looking to heat up in this second half. And he's in this game again for his just defensive power, his defensive presence. He's a lockdown defender.
There's a 3 there. Tim Doyle. Hamilton and Tufts back in a tie. Garrett going in. There's going to be a foul call there.
Looking to slam that one, as you can see. He went up strong, and as he's fouled.
We've seen Garrett throw down a few monster dunks this year.
That man can jump, definitely.
Probably the most athletic player on this Tufts team. He's not afraid to show it. So he'll be taking free throws here.
Not only one of the most athletic on the team, but also one of the most vocal. And he's really stepped into a leadership role on this team, even though he comes off the bench for the most part. Very well respected by his teammates.
And having an elite scorer off the bench like Garrett, experience with a D1 program, and just, usually you look for the freshmen to be your impact newcomers, but Garrett has probably been the most impact newcomer as a transfer junior, so something that really has helped the complexion of this team change into a more versatile, more athletic team, as you said beforehand. So Garrett makes 1. Tufts up by 1. There's a steal there.
A strip there by Everett.
Dayton's going to run it. Dayton goes up, and he's fouled, and 1 for Dayton.
Take his time. The defender puts up a nice play.
You see the replay here. Dayton just getting out in front of everyone and draws the foul. Tufts crowd likes that one. So it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We're about 4 minutes into the second half. Tufts tacking on 1 point. They have a 3-point lead. And as a result of Everett Dayton's great and 1 play there. So we're 4 minutes into the second half. What have you seen so far from the teams? Has anything changed? Has Tufts handled this better? What do you think?
It seems like Tufts is slowing down the offense, the transition game a little bit, just looking to set up and make more plays. As you know, Tufts tends to rely on that 3-ball in transition, but today, as you can see, they're getting to the line exceptionally well, being aggressive, and they need to keep that up. And as for Hamilton, they're really hanging in there. And
we could see a little tweet action here. Tufts JumboCast, has anyone ever called a guy Italian Stallion or not? So I'll throw that one to you, Sebastian. What's the verdict?
Yes, so Vinny Pace has definitely been referred to as the Italian Stallion on campus. I mean, it's pretty clear as to see why.
So we thank you for the tweet there. first-hand evidence. We got the facts coming in. He has been called Italian Stallion, so keep the tweets coming. We will respond to them, and we love to hear from you guys. Love to know that you're watching and excited about this game as much as we are. So now we're back in play here. Everett Dayton's going to be taking his and one. It's going to try to extend this Tufts lead to about a 4-point game. He does it. So 41-37, heading under the 16-minute mark. Dwyer's going to bring the ball back up. Dwyer passing off.
And this game is going to really get nitty and gritty as it comes down to the wire. You can see both of these teams are just playing hard and tough.
Dwyer against Smith. Hamilton lining up there. There's a three from Doyle. No good there. Dayton corrals that rebound.
And even though Doyle missed that three, that's a nice play there. He got the open look that he wanted.
Some trouble with the ball there. Tufts holds on to it. There's Engvall. There's Smith.
We see Tufts slowing down the tempo for a change and really trying to find their best shots.
Savage stuff there, but he's going to get the ball back, and he's smothered. It's still going to be Tufts ball, but 3 seconds on the shot clock, so they're going to have to do something quickly here.
And Savage is looking for a foul there.
So Grassley coming back in. Grassley, as you said, Hamilton a little bit of foul trouble. Hoffman with 3 fouls, Grassley with 2 of his own. So we'll see how this unfolds. Tufts, you need to pass the ball back in.
Tufts has not looked as sharp today overall.
Refs conferring about something, but they're going to pass it back in.
And we have our Tufts Lady Jumbos coming into Cousins, getting ready for their big game.
Engvall's
their game is at 4 p.m. The ladies are ready to come in and get a big win today for the first round of NESCAC play.
So make sure you stay tuned for that game as well.
Good luck to the Lady Bows.
As the offensive possession unfolds here. There's a layup there. Eric Savage.
Savage with a very nice play there.
So Tufts pushing this lead a little bit.
And Cousins Gym is really starting to get into this game, as Tufts is really trying to pull away with this 6-point lead they currently have.
And yeah, when you have 2 teams as talented, 2 top 15 teams in the country, and women obviously very, very good, the fans are getting excited. It's been a few years of sustained success now, so the crowds are coming and the hype has been building. We'll see how this game unfolds with another great game sure to follow. So that's going to be Joe Pucci passing to Hoffman. Hoffman under the hoop to Grassley. That's going to be a foul there.
And
KJ
a foul
Garrett.
on KJ Garrett.
Hoffman at the line.
You saw KJ almost hesitate there as if he knew he was going to foul him. Tried to hold up, but was not able to do so.
See Hoffman's stats again as he hits the line. Against 17 points, one of the top marks in conference. Is 5 today, looking to tack on 2 more. Been a little bit of foul trouble, so diminished playing time. I'm sorry, Grassley at the line. Grassley is 3, now 4.
Correction, I believe Grassley has 15 points, now 16 with that first free throw made. Now 17.
So Tufts will bring it back. That's going to be Everett Dayton dribbling. Dayton. Back to Savage. Savage drives up. That's no good from him. A little collision. Savage gets the rebound. Second shot isn't good either. Off balance there. Couldn't get it to go. So Dwyer and Grassley dribbling back down. There's Dwyer. It's Hoffman. Hoffman driving in. That's good from Peter Hoffman. 7 points tonight so far.
Hoffman did a good job there of, stopping his momentum and putting that floater up. Hoffman looking to keep up that offensive play today.
Garrett slams it home.
Garrett.
And we talked about it before. Bench going crazy. Garrett has that kind of athletic ability to put one down like that.
Cousins' gym is fired up. This kid is electric. Get this kid a new contract.
Jim buzzing after that dunk. Tufts back to a 4-point lead.
KJ Garrett just put that Hamilton defender on a poster.
And Tufts stealing. That's going to be a foul there, but it's going to be on Hamilton. And it's going to be Hoffman's 4th foul of the game as we see the replay here. Garrett going baseline, slamming it in.
That's just nasty. That makes me sick to my stomach how he can do something like that.
So Peter Hoffman in a lot of foul trouble here. He is 1 foul away from fouling out. Obviously, something Hamilton is not going to let happen right now. They're going to sub him out, but costly foul there from the Hamilton leading scorer. And they'll proceed in the immediate future without him. So Tufts taking it back now. Jim's still buzzing. Momentum shift definitely with that dunk. And that's going to be another for KJ Garrett.
KJ Garrett with an alley-oop.
He's feeling it now, ladies and gentlemen.
Like I said, this kid is electric.
That's going to be a timeout. Tufts is pumped.
That's what he brings as a transfer. Like we said, he's just electric. He brings the energy and the tempo.
Let's cut it back to the replay there. Garrett corralling that pass and slamming it in. Electrifying play there from the junior transfer. Tufts with a 6-point lead. And we're in timeout now, ladies and gentlemen. This is excitement playoff basketball.
And this gym is buzzing right now. People are still talking about this.
And that's what something like that can do. I mean, it's only 2 points, but the whole complexion of the game changes, especially when you're at home. The crowd gets into it. Your teammates love it. You just feel a little more pumped up after. It certainly has gotten us in the booth here excited.
Exactly right. And they're looking to keep that momentum pushing forward as they try to extend this 6-point lead.
And we really haven't seen a moment of a Tufts run so far. It's been a very scrappy game, as you said, but this has the makings of a run, definitely. So we'll see how they respond after this timeout, and we'll see how Hamilton can respond as well. Hamilton definitely going to feel a little stretch without Peter Hoffman. So they're hoping to hold on. Still relatively close, 6-point game. I'm sure Hamilton, if you had told them before this game, he'd be down by 6 to the number 1 seed with a little over 10 minutes left in the first half, they'd be happy.
Thomas Lapham checks back in at point guard.
So the gym's still buzzing now after that timeout. It's going to be Hamilton ball. Dwyer dribbling down. Guarded by Lapham.
Great defense there by Lapham.
Dribbling around. There's Grassy under. Grassy up with the turnaround. No good there. Tufts now running it back. Dayton's going to take the offense at the top. Dayton dribbling past. Savage to Lapham. Garrett. Now all eyes in this gym are on Garrett. But there's Savage drawing the foul. No, I'm sorry, travel, my bad. It's going to be a Tufts turnover there. Hamilton ball. Getting some subs in here for Hamilton. Tim Doyle checking back in. So Dwyer dribbling down, guarded by Lapham. Smith gets ready to check back in. There's a drive there, no good there from Kyle Pittman. Dwyer. Shot clock winding down into Grassy. Grassy gets it to go. Nice pass there from Jack Dwyer.
Again, Hamilton has done a great job with their points in the paint this game.
There's a mid-range shot from Dayton. Good there. Everett Dayton with the mid-range jumper.
That's a beautiful pull-up by Everett Dayton. Put a little stutter step on him, created space, and pulls up for the beautiful mid-range jumper.
He's got 7 points on the game today. So Savage will be at the line.
And this Tufts roster is so deep.
And we can see some nice kicks there.
Check those out.
Some stylish shoes. If you're a basketball player, a definite addition to your arsenal. You got to get some good shoes. That's going to be Tufts' ball.
And a nice play there by Lapham, forcing that ball out. You know, this Tufts roster is so deep. You see Hamilton switching players because, you know, there's guys in foul trouble. You see Tufts rotating their lines just because their team has so much depth.
So Tariq Smith is going to take the ball now. Smith driving in, going up, no good. It's going to be a Hamilton ball. Patrick Racy picks up his first foul of the game. Hasn't really seen much playing time tonight as Tufts has gone with a smaller lineup. So Grassie's going to pass it in. Tufts holding a 6-point lead here with about 11 minutes to go in the first half. Dwyer, breakneck speed down the court. There's Doyle. Doyle to Dwyer. Grassie. Grassie up. Draws the foul, almost an and one. And Grassie doing a nice job picking up the scoring slack from the benched Hoffman, who finds himself in foul trouble.
Patrick Racy unhappy with that call there.
Grassie first shot, no good there. And Engvall is going to check back into the game for Eric Savage. So Coach Bob Sheldon giving all of his guys a lot of time here. Certainly something he does very well, using his depth to the best of his advantage. There's Grassie with the second shot. So Tariq Smith now bringing the ball down for Tufts. There's Vinny Pace. Pace into Racy. Racy's going to draw the foul there. He'll be at the line.
That's a good play by Racy, just getting big down there, just using his size, drawing the foul.
So Racy looking for his first 2 points of the game. Doyle's going to pick up that foul for Hamilton. So far, Hamilton with 8 fouls and Tufts with 6 in this half. Racy's first shot, no good there.
Tufts been getting to the line a ton this game, but definitely been struggling a little bit from the line as well. And we'll see if those free throws make a difference by the end of this ball game.
So far, they've built a lead without him, but we'll see what happens. You see Ethan Feldman getting ready to check back in. Dwyer goes up and under, and that's going to be good from Jack Dwyer. Tufts and Thomas Lapham now running the ball back. Lapham off to Smith. Smith in, Smith up, Smith is good.
And he just makes it look easy. He just so good at getting to the hole there. He's got something he's a natural just scorer, something you can't teach.
So we're under the 10-minute mark now, halfway through this second half. Tufts on top by 5. Hamilton with the ball. There's Doyle. They're going to run the clock down. Doyle trips. Kahn recovers that one. Kahn up with it. No good there. That's going to be a Hamilton return, deep 3. That's going to be not good from Kyle Pittman. And we're going to get a timeout call here. Hamilton struggling with the ball. So it's going to be a Hamilton timeout. High fives all around. And we are under the 10-minute mark here. Tufts building up this 5-point lead. So exciting playoff basketball. Hamilton doing a lot better than people might have thought as the 8th seed. They've hung in there. And now we've got the answer to your trivia question. When was the last time Tufts men's basketball played in the NESCAC championship final? Answer is 2006, a loss to Amherst in overtime. 2006, definitely notable in Tufts basketball. It was the last time they really had a run of sustained success, an Elite 8 appearance as well, until this past few years when they've again, as they made the Elite Eight last year, and they're looking to do big things this year. So it's been 10 years, over 10 years. Been a long time, and this year they have as good of a shot as anybody being the #1 seed.
And that's just a testament to Coach Bob Sheldon's recruiting ability. Just getting very versatile players, big guys that can play multiple positions, fill in multiple roles on this team, and it's definitely led to his success over these past 3 or 4 years.
Coach Sheldon around for that 2006 run. He's been around quite a while.
This is Coach Sheldon's 21st year coaching Tufts men's basketball.
It's quite a long run, but a successful one. As we're back on the floor, Hamilton, Dwyer passing it in to Kahn.
And you know what? This is really what you call playoff basketball. As you see, this #1, #8 seed really doesn't matter when it gets down to playoff time. Most of the teams in the playoffs are hot and clicking on all cylinders, so we'll see if the Tufts Jumbos can hold off this Hamilton team.
Big stakes here from both sides. Hamilton will most likely go home. Their season would be over if they lose this game. Tufts still would have a very good chance at an at-large bid in the NCAA tournament, but a stain on their resume is certainly something they don't want. So they're looking to win this and keep going on in NESCAC play. So there's as Peter Hoffman misses foul shot, Tufts brings it back. Smith, Tufts is gonna get it back. Tariq Smith will be at the line. Again, how these NESCAC playoffs work, the top 4 seeds each get to host a quarterfinal game at home in the first weekend, and then the winners will travel to the highest seeded team remaining. So if Tufts wins, it'll be them. If Tufts loses, it'll be the next team, Middlebury, Amherst down the line. And they'll get to host. Tufts definitely has first crack at it if they can pull out a victory here.
And we just saw KJ Garrett and Everett Dace check back into the game.
So missed a free throw there. It's going to give Hamilton the ball back. Hoffman checked back into the game. He's one foul away from taking a permanent seat. Hamilton passing around.
And again, Hamilton's just doing a great job of getting passes, finding open shots.
That's a good shot from Vincent Kahn. 3-point game now. Feldman from deep. That's good from Ethan Feldman. The sharp sophomore off the bench comes in, has an immediate impact.
And this kid's got ice in his veins. He's really not afraid of the moment, and he loves taking that big shot. He wants the ball in his hands, and he's going to have a great legacy here for the Jumbos over his career.
Hamilton passing the ball around now at the top. There's Dwyer. Dwyer goes in, has up and under, but he can't get it to go. Hoffman can't corral that rebound. So it's going to be Feldman to Garrett now. Garrett, there's going to be a foul call there for the shot. So KJ Garrett will be at the line. So you can see the players huddling up there. We got Dayton, Engvall, Garrett, and Feldman all talking it over. Smith, the other guy on the floor.
KJ Garrett really reminds me of the Energizer Bunny. I mean, just as you can see, as he was going over to talk to Coach Sheldon, he sprinted over to him, almost collided with him there.
That's good from KJ Garrett. Vinny Pace subbing back in. We're going to get some subs for Hamilton, too.
The Italian Stallion is back in the game, looking to have more of an impact.
Pace with a team-high 14 points today. So he's really done well for the Jumbos here. They've had to fight off Hamilton the first 32 minutes of this game. Garrett's second one is not good.
And these free throws are not falling for Tufts today.
Would have a much bigger lead than they actually do if they converted at least half of the ones they missed. Now Hamilton. Both teams scoring more this half. Tufts nursing an 8-point lead, or 7-point lead. There's up with it with Kahn. There's Vincent Kahn. Gets the layup.
It's a nice play by Kahn. Just going up strong.
There's Dayton guarded by Kahn. Dayton off the Pace. Pace in with it, Pace up, and that's good from Vincent Pace.
Vinny Pace off balance, just making it look easy. Right-handed shooter and fading away to his left.
16 points now for Pace. Time running out here. We're about 7 minutes left. 7-point lead for Tufts. That's Kahn going up with it. He's fouled. He'll be at the line. So Vincent Kahn, the backup point guard, has 6 points today. He's going to look to cut this Hamilton lead to Tufts lead to 5. Kahn's first one's good. Smith getting ready to check back in here. He'll come in for Everett Dayton.
Tariq Smith back in the game.
Shot there is good. 5-point game now. Smith taking it back up.
Let's see what play the Jumbos are going to run here. See if they're looking to get a shooter open.
Gonna be a foul call here. Now Ethan Feldman will be at the line.
Definitely Hamilton fouling so much in this game. Already has Tufts in the bonus with just under 7 minutes to go in this game.
See Ethan Feldman about 7 points a game, 95.7 free throw percentage. So he is certainly up there. Sharp shooting from behind the line and at the foul line.
And there's no doubt about it. This kid is a shooter. Shooters shoot, and he definitely shoots his shot.
So both of them are good there from Ethan Feldman. Now back to a 7-point lead. Tufts looking to play some D here. Get a stop. There's a 3 in the corner. No good there. Feldman corrals that rebound. Tufts running it back.
They're pushing that tempo again with that transition.
Garrett almost loses it. He almost loses it again. Now Smith driving in. It's going to be a call there. Foul.
Again, Tariq Smith getting to the line.
Smith been to a line a lot today. He's got 10 now. So nice day for him. Averaging about 13 on the season. About 75% free throw shooter. First shot for Smith is good. Now Hamilton, Dwyer, Grassi, and Hoffman are coming in. So Hamilton trying to keep its players out of foul trouble, playing a little bit of a diminished lineup, but the regulars will be back in presumably for the rest of this game, trying to make up a 8-point deficit. Second one is not good. So it'll be Hamilton ball, about 6 minutes left. Pass to nowhere there. Unclear who he thought he was passing to, but it's going to be out of bounds. Tufts ball.
This is a really big possession here. Tufts up 8 right now with just about 6 minutes left in this game. This play really determines how this game is looking momentum-wise. Tufts can put some points on the board here. Might drain the life out of this Hamilton team.
Smith looking to get something started. There's Feldman. Feldman loses it, passes it away, and now it's going to be Hamilton running. There's Doyle. Doyle to Hoffman. Hoffman goes in, does not get that one to go. Has to body himself in there, doesn't get it.
Good defense by Ben Engvall, keeping his feet set, going straight up, and
There's a
Tariq.
layup from Smith, Tariq Smith.
Tariq Smith.
Now it's 13 on the night.
This guy is a wizard on the court. He's so crafty. He's magical.
There's a 3 there. That's no good. Now Tufts running it back. Slipping away a little bit from Hamilton. Feldman to Garrett. Back to Feldman, deep from Feldman. That's good, Ethan Feldman. 13-point lead from Tufts.
Another 3-ball, and the Tufts Jumbo's bench is going crazy right now.
They're smelling blood in the water as we're under the 5-minute mark. Tufts looking to close this one out and move on to next weekend for the NESCAC semifinals. There's Hoffman bodying up. He's going to draw the foul. So that's going to be Ethan Feldman. Feldman, first personal foul there. Hoffman at the line. Hoffman only has 7 points tonight, so Tufts doing a good job of keeping him contained. Of course, foul troubles kept him out of this game for a bit of it. Hoffman at the line here. Does not make the front end of a 1-and-1, so scoreless again for Hamilton. Tufts trying to close this out. There's Smith. Smith goes up. It's going to be another foul called, and Tariq Smith will find his way back at the line.
It's been a pretty slow night for the junior guard, Ben Engvall, Tufts number 0. Averages about 9 points a game, only has 2 points today.
So here's Smith. First one's good from Tariq Smith. And it's a testament to Tufts whenever somebody has an off night like Engvall today. They have just as many guys ready to pick it up and have great nights. We have Tariq Smith and Vinny Pace.
Like we've talked about, this team has a lot of depth, and this is an advantage that they have over other teams as we get deeper into this playoff
Second
run.
was good. Ethan Feldman also with 12 points tonight. So one of the top games from him. There's a good point, or a good layup from Hoffman. So Hamilton cuts the lead back to 13. Tufts looking to run down some time here. There's a shot. That's good. Ethan Feldman is feeling it. He has 15 points on the night.
Shoot or shoot. Shoot or shoot. That's all I have to say about it.
Not sure what his career high is, but he can't be that far off. And Tufts stops another Hamilton possession. Pace out in front. Pace going up, and that's good.
Nice
just
play
taking
by
control.
Vincent Pace.
18-point lead. Tufts has run away with this now.
Way to read that defender. Felt the presence of that defender getting on him. And
Hoffman going up. Hoffman looking a little perplexed there. Not entirely sure what the call was. But it's going to be Tufts' ball. About 3:30 left to play. And Tufts now holding an 18-point lead, completely opened this one up in the last few minutes.
And this second half, this is the Tufts Jumbo's offense we're used to seeing. Explosive.
3 from Garrett. No good there. Dwyer running down. Drives up, and that's good from Jack Dwyer. Dwyer having a nice night, 8 points. Vinny Pace to Engvall. Engvall. There's Garrett. Does not get that one to go. Hoffman trying to get his team some quick points here. Drives up. That's not going to be no good. There's going to be a foul called there. So Peter Hoffman back to the line.
A lot of this game has been played at the free throw line today.
Engvall with his third foul of the game.
10th foul for the Jumbos.
So both teams in double bonus now. Here's Hoffman at the line. That one rims out. Dayton checking back in for KJ Garrett.
And we talked about this earlier in the game, how they were expecting big play. Hamilton was expecting big play from Peter Hoffman and Michael Grassi, and you know,
That's good.
Hoffman's only got 10 points today. he averages 17 a game.
And here's Engvall passing off to Dayton. There's Pace. It's going to go back to Tufts.
Tufts just looking down to run the clock now with each possession.
Dayton looking to pass in.
Just to give you guys a little update on NESCAC play today. Trinity at Wesleyan. Trinity is currently losing 21-12 to Wesleyan. Williams at Amherst with about 50 seconds left in the game. Williams is up 69-60. It looks like they'll get a win there. And Bates and Middlebury played a contest today. The final score was Middlebury 88, Bates 84. So it looks like the next round is going to be Middlebury, Williams, Tufts, and potentially, we don't know about that Trinity Wesleyan game. There's still 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first period.
Some surprising results there. Amherst being upset by Williams, the same Williams teams that Tufts just ran over, which is surprising because, again, Amherst beat Tufts a few weekends ago, so it shows in the NESCAC it's a circle, you know. Each team is good enough to beat any team on any given day. And Middlebury and Bates, also a close game, only a 4-point game, but Middlebury will move on. So Tufts has to like that result. Amherst, as we said, beat them. And if Wesleyan, Middlebury, and Williams are the teams that moved on, then Tufts will have beaten every single team left in the tournament, which is encouraging for them.
This Middlebury team is a tough team, though, at the 2 seed. We got the win against them earlier this season, but we might have to face them again, and it'll be a tough outing for the Bows.
And Tufts would, if they hold on today, they would play the winner of that Trinity Wesleyan game. They beat Wesleyan here at home in January, and they beat Trinity on the road in overtime 2 weekends ago. So both those teams have big centers. Joseph Kuo and Ed, always mess up that name, Agodenko, both impact centers. So that'll be a challenge for Tufts, how they match up with Agodenko and Joseph Kuo under the boards without Pileski. Something that they'll have a week to work on if they hold on today. There's Dayton going up with it. That's good from Everett Dayton.
That's a good play by Dayton. You saw Hamilton kind of freeze up, expecting that outlet pass by Dayton, and Dayton just takes it up strong for the 2 points.
We're almost under the 1 minute mark here, and there's a steal. Vinny Pace is going to run it down. Pace to Smith. Smith goes up with it, and Tufts is just pouring it on here. They now have almost 50 second half points. Dwyer going up. No good. Hamilton will get it back, though. And for all intents and purposes, this game is effectively over, but Hamilton's still trying to put up some points. So Tufts now going to dribble it down.
It's pretty crazy to think that Tufts only had 36 points to end the first period, and
31 points.
31 points.
31. Only on a off-balance shot by Vinny Pace did they get that much.
And they've scored about 50 points in the second half, which you love to see.
Offense working a lot better than it did in the first half. They're playing more of their style, and it worked pretty well. So we got about 25 seconds here. Shot clock is off. And it'll be Dayton at the line. Tufts bench. You see KJ Garrett dancing around a little bit. He loves it. Having some good moments today himself.
And it appears that Tufts is going to close out this first ball game and win their first round of the NESCAC play.
Tufts, Everett Dayton making his first shot here. 11 points for him. And now a 20-point lead for Tufts. Extended it again from a 2-point lead at halftime. Playing a stellar second half of basketball, specifically in the last 10 minutes of this half. Mid-range shot there is good. And Tufts is just going to dribble this one down. Vinny Pace holds on to it. And it's essentially over here at Cousins Gymnasium. The crowd's on their feet. The bench is on their feet. Hamilton played a hard-fought game. They have their arms around each other. They're hugging Tufts. But it's the Tufts Jumbos that come out victorious here. Final score 81-63. And it was a thriller, but Tufts really ran away with it in the second half. Some moments from KJ Garrett, Vinny Pace, Ethan Feldman with some big shots from behind the arc. It all adds up to a Tufts victory.
Yes, and coming up shortly after, in about 30 minutes, we have the Tufts Lady Bows in their first round of NESCAC. Stay tuned for that game.
So Tufts will host the winner. They will host the rest of the tournament, which will not be covered by JumboCast. We covered nonetheless next weekend here at Cousins Gymnasium. Tufts loves the home crowd. They love the home court. Only lost one game here this year, and that continues here today. And they'll be hosting the winner of Wesleyan and Trinity. As you can see, the Hamilton players heading off, and what a well-fought game by them. Excellent performance. Tufts survives to play another day, another weekend. And as we said before, please stay tuned. Watch the Williams game versus Tufts Williams. Tufts women having a great season of their own. But here that's all from us here from the men's basketball broadcast team. Any final thoughts, Sebastian?
It was a very hard-fought game. Tufts looked a little shaky to start, but they ran away with it, like you said, and they're ready for their next round of NESCAC play.
So that will be next weekend. Tufts women's here about 30 minutes. From us at JumboCast, we'll be getting a new broadcast team. But definitely stick around, keep watching. I'm Alec Whipple, and we got one more tweet. Coach Shell has been there for 29 years, not 21.
Thank you, JShell_. Appreciate that.
Oh, and we got another tweet. I think they're all over you on Twitter today.
Shoot or shoot. That's what they do, Tweedleson. They really shoot.
So, again, thanks for the Twitter crowd. Thanks for sending us some thoughts. Anyway, from Cousins Gymnasium, I'm Alec Whipple, and my partner Sebastian Gonzalez-Johnson and I thank you for watching and encourage you to tune back in and watch some great women's basketball. Don't miss it.
And have an excellent weekend, everyone.